Hello.
Hello.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited. I'm nervous. Mr. February, like on the calendar. Welcome to Phoebe with the Patterns, and I'm the monthly awesome person.
First question then. What do you do?
I am a film student at Ravensbourne. I make videos, I put them on the internet, and hopefully people like them. I'm a Pokemon enthusiast, is what I'm now describing myself as.
I like it.
I make videos about the Pokemon.
What do you want to be?
I think I want to be an actor. Before studying film at Ravensbourne, I was studying drama. Partway through, the discussion changed from this is what you need to learn to this is the way you need to behave within the industry because it's about who you know. Right now, it makes sense for me to go and make friends. I'll learn some skill sets, I'll be able to apply that to online content that's always interested me. So yeah, I want to be an actor or a performer or entertainer in some form or another, but just something.
Okay, so have you always known that you were going to want to do that then?
Since I was about 14. I've always wanted to be a Pokemon master, primarily, which is kind of what I'm doing at the moment. So right now I'm living the actual dream.
You're a Pokemon master.
I'm there, people look to me as an authority of Pokemon.
I can't say I know what the credentials are for being qualified to be a Pokemon master, so...
You need like
for
8
all I know.
badges, and that's pretty much it. Some people will understand that reference, other people won't. Josh will. He'll be like, ha, Toby, oh my goodness.
And he'll just be like looking at me like, this is so wasted on you. What's one little thing that makes you really happy?
Girlfriend is the first one that jumps to mind. Food. Food is the source of happiness in my life. Pretty much where it's at for me. Food and girlfriend, I'm set.
Do you think that school prepared you for finding a career?
No. I feel like school prepared me for like social structures. But in terms of getting a career, that was what college and uni saying, okay, if you're choosing this industry, this is what to expect and how you go about getting a job within that space. I feel like school is a lot of chucking everything at you to see what sticks. And then it's kind of like maths, literature, hopefully something does stick, and then you take that on to college. Really, university more than anything has prepared me for a career.
What do you think is the most important quality in a friend?
I don't want to be lame and just say kindness. There's always this need in situations to be right and to be correct, and sometimes there's not enough just analysing a situation and going, does it matter if I'm right? The ability for friends to kind of just stop and go, do I need to say that? Is what I'm going to say going to upset this person? Do they need to hear it?
So something you wish more people would do.
Pay compliments to each other. I feel like we're in a world now, or certainly in a lot of the social structures that I'm in, if I paid a compliment to a randomer, it's almost weird to be paid. Like if someone said to me, oh, I like your shirt, just be like, oh, thanks. Why? Why are you saying that? And we shouldn't be so suspicious of each other, you know?
Yeah.
I think it would be a better place if on a more regular basis and it just became the norm that people could just say, you know, I like your top, I like your hair, you look good today, and not mean it in a weird way or, oh, they must be hitting on me way, or they've got some agenda. I think more people should do that. Just next person you see, pay them a compliment. That's your challenge.
A taboo that needs to not be.
Sex, obviously. I want to be a person that people can approach and ask questions. Have you had this experience because I'm worried about this or that or the other, and then I can do my best to answer that. I mean, I'm in a relationship with my parents where I can just talk to them about that kind of thing. And I think more parents in particular need to open up to their children to kind of have those dialogues and talk about things from an early age so that when they get older, there's not weird things like, oh, I'm confused about my feelings, I'm a guy but I like a guy. By that point, the dialogue has already been, one day you're gonna fall in love with somebody, or you might not, and how to deal with those scenarios so that when they grow up and they go, I like that person, it's alright. And to kind of just be open to those dialogues. At its core, sex and sex education shouldn't be taboo.
Something people don't appreciate enough.
Life in general. I'm thinking specifically of a few people that I know who don't stop to kind of go, oh my god, I'm alive today, that's a big deal. I like to say that I'm a bit of a deep thinker and that I appreciate life in that I kind of stop every now and again to just reflect and think about it. What am I doing? What do I actually want to achieve? Do I want to, do I want to be happy, or do I want to make some progress in a career sense or whatever? And lots of people I know will just kind of flutter through life and don't think about it. Every single good thing that's ever happened to you, the chances of that event happening, that makes me appreciate things more. Like someone said to me, like with the concept of like fate, for example, which I don't believe in. Someone said, oh, do you think you were fated to meet your girlfriend? And I said no, and she was like, oh, but doesn't that kind of make it feel less special? And I think no, because the chances that I would meet someone that I would then think, oh my god, you're so incredible and amazing, and the fact that I'm alive and the fact that she's alive and all of these things, and that we would live in the same area and that we would meet, while it sounds very fateful and star-crossed, actually just the fact that that happened on chances, it makes me appreciate it like a million,
A lesson you wish you'd learnt sooner?
Not to take life so seriously, which sounds kind of almost counterintuitive to my last point. Obviously, I've just kind of passed through teenagehood, that time in your life where everything is so big and important and stressful. There was just a point during that when I just kind of went, stop. Whatever the problem is, if I deal with it now, it's over and done with. Life used to be this really kind of tense, angsty thing where it was like, I don't know what I'm doing, and oh my god, it's wasted. It's wasted time. You could just be spending time being happy and doing things that you enjoy and not worrying. I don't mean to say that in that you don't deal with your problems. You deal with your problems as quickly as possible, because then they're not plaguing you in that way. Just kind of relax a little bit and not tense up the moment a problem arises, and just, okay, deal with it. That's done. Cool, I'm happy now. Life's back to either okay or better. And what about you? Because last time Katie was like, and what do you think? And you were like, oh, I'm being asked the questions. Go on.
No!
What do you wish you had learned earlier on in your life?
Oh god. All the stuff about relationships that the world implies is like so wrong. I wrote a song about this actually. We
just break in and I'm like, got a sombrero.
What I'd observed when I was younger of other things, I was always just like, oh my god, relationships look so confusing. I can't imagine myself ever being in a relationship because I just won't know what to do. Like, what do you even do? Like, the world makes out that there's like all these rules and stuff that you have to, and it's like
abide by. I get it. It's like when you're younger, the world seems to paint relationships as totally different to just being two people whose lives are mixing together. Essentially, for the most part, you're just hanging out with another person. The world does paint it weird.
Yeah, because I spent quite a lot of my time, like, when everyone else was all like, oh my god, I can't wait to have a boyfriend, when am I gonna have a boyfriend? And I was just like, I'm alright, thanks. It just sounded like a messy idea to me. Then when I got there, I was like, oh, this is not a big deal at all. Because I was just like, I want to see you again. That was literally it. When you're younger, the world seems to be very much like, there's people who are in a relationship, they're doing well, and if you're not, then you should probably be looking to be in a relationship. You can just live life, and you don't have to be dependent on somebody else to make your life meaningful. I'm so grateful and glad that I have found someone. When I found that person, I was in a place of not, oh my god, I need to get a girlfriend, I need to get a girlfriend, I need to get a girlfriend. For the first time in my life, in a place of, I'm just happy to just be me. And anything else is just icing on the cake. It's just more on top of that, I know a lot of people who are quite self-hateful, I guess, and quite upset when they're like, oh, no one will like me, no one will like me. And I'm like, well, of course no one will like you. You don't like you. Yeah.
You need to sort you out.
What would you like to change about the world?
People divided by race, people divided by beliefs, and people divided by sexuality and sexual preference and all that kind of thing. And I just kind of go, okay, why do we have this law in place? So I would like to build a world where people's understanding of other people, instead of people's understandings of other groups of people, is maybe a little bit more liberal. Don't overgeneralize and just say this is everyone. Diversity is good, and when you find people who are interested in the same things, it's good to group with those people, because creatively and happiness and stuff, you can kind of group with those people. It starts getting to the point too much where then you have groups with different ideologies and they clash and there's no respect.
Something you wish you were better at?
Resisting sweet food. Like, after all of those deep answers, resisting sweet food. I wish I could do that. That's it.
What makes you inspired?
So at first I went, okay, girlfriend, friends, parents. They inspire me in a kind of life sense. In the creative sense, music. I'm really into this idea of creative people having this thing called a flow state. It's this almost out-of-body experience where you're just so in your head and you're kind of combining ideas. And music is often a really good instigator for that.
Do you have a life motto?
I could steal someone else's, which was like, hate is too strong an emotion to waste on people you don't like. Or something along the lines of, don't waste your time hating people. What's the point? Just move on. If you can get out of their space, get out of their space. Just don't. There's plenty of people on the planet. You don't have to be at war with other people. Don't waste time on hating. There you go. That's not very eloquent, but there's better things to be doing.
Have you got a question you want to ask me?
Because I feel like you've asked me all these deep questions. I now have to ask you something really deep. Or I could just ask you something like, you know, what's your favourite flavour ice cream? What is your favourite ice cream?
I'm quite bad at picking favourites because I'm a really indecisive person.
Sure.
Oh no, I know what my favourite is. Just remember. Cherry Garcia. Do you know what that is?
I do not.
Cherry frozen yogurt with little chocolate bits in it and cherry bits. But I am also a big fan of mint chocolate chip.
Yeah. I like the mint chocolate chip. Mint chocolate chip is. I'm really boring. I'm vanilla. I like vanilla ice cream. Like, if you give me a preference, it's vanilla.
Nobody's favourite flavour is vanilla.
Wow. Well, there you go. That was my question for you. I made it through.
Oh, you did.
Woohoo!
Thank you so much for being my monthly awesome
Thank you
person.
for having me and
alright.
calling me awesome. That's cool, and let me talk.
Okay, bye.
Done. Bye. I'm an awesome person, I like that.